We received the following question from an investor. What is the average time for a new investor in Vietnam to complete the factory rental and licensing procedures to start operations? We would like to answer that the average time for a new investment project to start operations in Vietnam if the investor rents a ready-built factory is about 7 months. Starting from the time of contacting the investor until the completion of the licenses and putting the factory into operation. This time is allocated as follows. First month, the investor determines the area, production industry and the area where the factory is located, for investors who already have customers and partners in a certain place. It will help them choose a factory faster than investors who have not yet determined the area where the factory will be located. We will zone the factory right in the designated industrial park or a distance of from 5 to 15 kilometers nearby for investors who have determined the location. For first-time investors in Vietnam who have not yet determined the location to open a factory, we will advise on the location based on the industry and budget of the investor and provide some options in some specific provinces for investors to have practical comparisons. Finding a suitable factory for you quickly or slowly depends on whether the investor's requirements are detailed or not. Here are some questions you need to prepare to save time. Question 1. How far away from the port, customer, supplier do you want to locate the factory? Question 2. What is your factory rental budget in USD per meter 2 per month? Currently, the factory rental price in the vicinity of Ho Chi Minh City is about from $5 to $6 per square meter and the average in other areas is from $4 to $4.50 per square meter. Question 3. How many square meters do you need? The average factory area in Vietnam is about from 2,000 to 4,000 square meters, factory. If you need a smaller area, about under 1,000 square meters or a large area over 20,000 square meters, you will have less than 5 options. Month 2. After visiting the factory, you determine the location you need to rent. Then you start negotiating the price with the investor as well as the rental conditions and terms of the contract. During this time, to save time, you need to determine which legal entity will sign the factory lease contract. An individual or a company. If an individual, you need documents such as a passport, bank balance confirmation. If a company, you need a business license, financial statements, passport of the legal representative, and bank account balance confirmation. These documents need to be notarized and consularized. Month 3. Deposit to reserve the factory and prepare documents to submit the license. The license here includes the investment certificate, IRC, business registration certificate, ERC. As mentioned above, you should determine the following information. Company name in Vietnam. Individual or legal entity who is the owner. Who is the legal representative? How much is the company's charter capital? What is the production industry and production process? The expected number of employees or the basic information to prepare the documents. If you have prepared enough documents in step 2, it will save a lot of time in this stage. Some investors will support tenants to make this license for free. If the investor does not support, you should hire a lawyer to help you make this license. The average fee is $4,000 to $5,000 United States dollars for a set of documents. If the documents are complete, after submitting, the average licensing time is about 30 days for the investment certificate and 15 days for the business registration certificate. In total at this step it takes about 45 days, which is 1.5 months. In total these 3 steps take 4.5 months. After having the company certificate, the company has been established, has a name, has a tax code in Vietnam. Then proceed to add the following licenses. Environmental license, based on the industry, production capacity and machinery and equipment. Conduct an environmental impact assessment of the project, which can be from 15 to 60 days depending on the level of difficulty. Fire prevention and fighting approval. Before renting the factory, the factory investor must do a fire prevention and fighting approval. However, when you rent their factory, install partitions inside the factory, install electrical lines and install machinery and equipment inside the factory. It will affect the fire prevention and fighting approval of the factory you rent. Therefore, you need to redraw and reapply for fire prevention and fighting records for the area you are renting. The average time is about 2 months. In total, up to this step, you have spent about 6.5 months. After completing these licenses, your factory is eligible to go into operation. Therefore, 7 months is the average time. If you need a factory for production at the end of the year, the beginning of this year is the best time to survey. Investors who have any questions, please contact us.